opinions as far as what they were running for.
Because we need an educated workforce. Big companies out there, Fortune 500 companies, are not going to come down to the Valley if we don't have a well-educated workforce. So that's why I'm the person, I'm your fighter. I'm a U.S. Naval veteran, I'm still serving, and I'm still fighting. And I'm fighting for the District 39.
What have we done during our 4 terms is the same thing we've always done, is support education, support healthcare, support the Valley families that need it, and support the state of Texas. That's what we're about. That's what we're going to continue doing as your voice for District 39.
The battle continues. Voters still turning out. Still time to place your vote and decide this. For State Representative District 39 coverage, I'm Joe Bowling for Action 4.
Thanks a lot, Joe. Campaign 2012. Expect more right here on Action 4 News. Friend us on Facebook. Follow us on Twitter. Upload your campaign pics to our Instagram. And on Twitter, it's #RGVote.
Joe's got that sports blood in him for that race, so it gets me pumped up for that race.
Absolutely. Don't forget valleycentral.com as well for all of the results as they start coming in tonight.
Beginning at 7.
And just ahead on Action 4 News, the presidential candidates gearing up for what could be a long night.
We'll tell you how President Barack Obama spent the day along with his Republican challenger Mitt Romney after the break.
Now through Wednesday, November 7th, get a free dining chair with any qualifying 5-piece set, a free HD TV with qualifying purchase, 4 years no interest, and a chance to win a trip to Disney World, home of Denver Mattress, a Tempur-Pedic elite retailer.
When it comes to rural lending, you need a lender who understands your needs, and Capital Farm Credit is the answer. Capital Farm Credit loan officers know the land and its people, and their appraisers are the best in the business. For generations, Capital Farm Credit has helped members realize their dreams of owning land. Whether you're looking for your first place or just want to expand, find out how they can help you. Finance your dreams with Capital Farm Credit. We're the answer.
Who needs a truck? You need a truck. Hacienda Outlet in McAllen's got trucks. Call 630-6100 if you need a truck. Truck Mania is going on now for 72 hours at Hacienda Outlet. $72 down delivered. No reasonable offers will be refused. Over 100 pre-owned trucks available. Some vehicles selling below book value. Ford, Chevys, Dodges, GMCs, Toyotas, two-wheel drive, four-wheel drive, 150s, 250s, 350s, diesels. Call 630-6100 or get to Hacienda's Auto Outlet in McAllen.
I knew of the American dream long before I lived it. The promise of freedom drove me to overcome torture in Cuba and come to Texas. I washed dishes for 50 cents an hour, then started a small business. My son, Ted Cruz, understands that freedom and opportunity must be protected. Our family has lived the American dream, and as our senator, Ted will defend it.
I'm Ted Cruz, and I approve this message.
At SofaMart, our warehouse is overstocked. Get great savings on quality furniture before the holidays. Now through Wednesday, November 7th, get a free HD TV with qualifying purchase, 4 years no interest, and a chance to win a trip to Disney World. SofaMart in the Furniture Row Shopping Center.
Cameron County voters continue to hit the polls in record numbers.
Young and old making their voices heard on this election day. Action 4's Daisy Martinez live at a polling location in Brownsville with more. Daisy.
Hey guys, I'm out in front of Burns Elementary in Brownsville, where the buzz around this election is growing. Just follow me. Look at this. We've got from campaign dresses. Look at this, how beautiful this is from Miss Herminia Becerra, who's been campaigning for over 55 years here in Cameron County for the Democratic Party. Also, campaign horses. Here with Mr. Gonzalez. Mr. Gonzalez, why do you do this for your candidate?
Well, in this particular occasion, it's because I've known Luis Sanz for over 25 years. He was an excellent prosecutor when he was a prosecutor before. I think he's going to bring a lot of good things to Cameron County. He is one of the best prosecutors I've ever met.
And over here, as we can see, young supporters too, guys in stilts. I mean, do you ever see this in the elections here in Cameron County? Yeah, we do. Guys, why are you guys out here pushing for the vote?
Well, first of all, every vote counts, so we try to make a difference. I mean, every little thing helps, so that's why we're here helping out our campaign. That's pretty much it.
How tall are you?
Right now I'm about 8 feet.
8 feet up to get the vote out. And there's a huge buzz. Like I said, over 42,000 voters voted early. Over 35,000 more are expected to cast a vote today. Mr. Ortiz, the elections administrator, first estimated reaching the 70,000 mark. Now that's increased to over 80,000 votes. And the fun's just beginning here at Burns Elementary. For now, back to you guys in the studio.
All right, Daisy, thanks for that. After the most expensive campaign in history, it all comes down to today.
Voters will decide between President Barack Obama and Republican challenger Mitt Romney. Randall Pinkston is in Boston, where the former governor voted.
And Begad Shaban is in the president's home city of Chicago. We start first with Randall.
Mitt Romney and his wife Ann cast their ballots at a senior center in their hometown of Belmont, Massachusetts today. Then they kissed each other goodbye.
Yeah, I feel great about Ohio.
Romney headed to a last-minute campaign rally in Cleveland, where his running mate Paul Ryan joined him. Ryan voted for himself twice today in the swing state of Wisconsin, where he is also running for re-election to Congress. Later today, Romney will be in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, a state his campaign advisors now say is up for grabs.
In the last few weeks, we've seen Pennsylvania, the polls there tighten, and it become a tremendous opportunity.
Romney and his team hope the enthusiasm surrounding his campaign leads to a big turnout at the polls. I'm Randall Pinkston in Boston.
I'm Begad Shaban in Chicago. President Obama visited with supporters here in his hometown this morning and will also play a traditional game of basketball with friends. The president called campaign volunteers this morning, thanking them for their hard work.
Hi, is this Karen? Karen, this is Barack Obama.
And he encouraged everyone to vote.
We feel confident we've got the votes to win, but it's going to depend ultimately on whether those votes turn out.
David Martin now voting.
Vice President Joe Biden voted this morning in his home state of Delaware. And then he also made a last-minute campaign stop in Ohio. Both sides know it all comes down to who's better at getting their supporters out in battleground states. Begad Shaban, CBS News, Chicago.
And Begad there also with Randall Pinkston reporting for CBS News.
Let's bring in the chief one more time. Get a look at the forecast as people hit the polls this evening, Brian.
Change my name to Big Ed. It'll be so cool. Hey, we're talking about a nice day outside. The front came through, kind of swept the moisture out, and it also took with it a few degrees. We'll talk about where we stand in the temperature department and the front department in just a bit.
And we're going to be here all night with you. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter. Chat live, facebook.com/Action4News Marcy. Twitter at MarcyKGBT.
Real easy to find me as well. Just search Ryan Wolf. I'm online, Facebook, Twitter, even Instagram. Love to hear from you throughout the evening. We'll be back right after this.
Now, your action forecast from the 24/7 Weather Center.
Yeah, I tell you, I was grumbling under my breath this morning working out in the yard going, cold front, my eye. It sure didn't amount to much in terms of cooling things down. Granted, we didn't flirt with record highs like we did yesterday with highs in the mid to upper 80s, but still, it still felt pretty warm for a front moving through. Satellite and radar combined shows we don't have much going on. The front has swept it clean, and we'll have clear skies overnight for the most part. As well, we'll have temperatures that will be comfortable. 80 degrees right now at Harlingen, 83 at Edinburgh, 80 at Brownsville at this hour. Here's what we did. 87 Brownsville, because the front moved through Brownsville a little bit later. And then we got Harlingen 86. McAllen still managed 88 degrees. Again, that's really not much of a cold front at all. And you got 94, 92, and 96 degrees for records. So that's what we managed to stay away from, courtesy of the front. In the east, wind at 15 miles an hour, but not much moisture to work with. I say that because that's usually indicative of the sea breeze front pushing in. But again, nothing to slam into, so no soap. We have high pressure in control of Texas, Oklahoma, Arkansas, Louisiana, the Arklatex, on down to the Rio Grande Valley. And that basically spells the forecast for the next couple of days with sunny skies and winds turning back to the southeast and then picking up in intensity. We're going to wrap up the week breezy, and we'll start the weekend almost windy. Or at least we'll finish the weekend very windy. 75 degrees at San Antonio, 71 in Amarillo, nice day. 77 Victoria, 85 at Laredo. There's your high pressure in charge from the Panhandle on down. You have, I want to show you the low pressure center, the head end of the system that moved through. That's going to be the next nor'easter for the northeast, and of course they're dealing with all of the power problems and the fuel problems, the housing problems, blah, blah, blah. And this is going to dump snow, sleet, nasty wind, rain on the northeast where they do not want it. High pressure will continue to slide east, and that digs in and gives us our southeast wind, which, as I said, will be increasing as we move toward the end of the week. Your 7-day forecast takes you through the breezy to windy conditions in anticipation of the next cold front. This one, as I said, has some meat on it. Look at that, highs in the low 70s for the early part of next week. Then Marcy can quit griping about the heat. Oh, I'm sorry, I thought you were griping. No. 76 degrees Monday, 71 degrees on Tuesday. All right, folks, let's hope we get some rain out of that deal, too. Let's look at your 24/7 forecast.
Wow, back-to-back days in the 70s. A little hard to believe that, but we'll have to wait and see. I haven't griped
for a week already.
Yeah, she rolls her eyes. Instead of coming on Action 4 News at 5.
We head back out to the polls as the clock ticks to cast your votes.
Well, Congressman Ruben Hinojosa cast his ballot today to try to hold on to his Congressional District 15 seat.
The Democratic incumbent is up against Republican challenger Del Brueggemann. Action 4's Veronica Gallegos reports.
Problems regarding polling locations have already begun. We're at Mercedes City Hall, where Congressman Ruben Hinojosa is expected to be here within minutes. Not a big crowd just yet, but numbers show the Valley hitting some record numbers at polling locations, and Congressman Ruben Hinojosa is contributing to the rising numbers.
My name is Congressman Ruben Hinojosa, and today is Election Day, a huge day.
That it is. It's the last day to cast your vote, and the message is clear all around the country to get out and vote. But Congressman Hinojosa says he wants to take this message to Washington and the Capitol.
We want there to be a bigger investment in state and federal monies into our region of Deep South Texas, which has grown by over 48% in the last decade.
Hinojosa says when he goes to Washington, he wants to let them know that in the Valley, the community is speaking out. It's increased just over 56% in the 2-week early voting period, and adds that he expects big things to happen in this historic elections.
There's so many improvements in education, in health care, and in infrastructure in Deep South Texas that we want to go out and vote in a mass and send that message out to our state and our nation's capital. We are ready to vote, and we're going to set historic records in the numbers that will come out to vote today.
The District 15th incumbent says he will be celebrating tonight. If you have any questions regarding where you need to go, you can just log on to valleycentral.com, where you'll find out all the information that you need. You also find a bio and a guide referencing each candidate's platform. Reporting from Mercedes, Veronica Gallegos, Action 4 News.
Thanks, Veronica. Hinojosa's challenger, Del Brueggemann, was not campaigning in the Valley today, but was out in Seguin.
Yeah, that's where he'll await results tonight. We spoke to him over the phone.
I think the Republicans are energized, and I think there's a lot more people down there that probably consider themselves conservative, so they may vote Democratic in the primaries, and I think there's probably been a pretty good amount of crossover vote there. That's at least what I'm thinking, and that's certainly what I've been hearing.
Here's a look at the Action 4 deal of the day. It's to Vaqueros Restaurant. Choose from some of their delicious entrees like enchiladas verdes, fajitas mexicanas, calabazas con pollo. Oh, that sounds delicious. Shrimp cocktails and more. Pay $10 tonight. Get $20 worth there.
Yeah, that's in Edinburgh. Still ahead right here on Action 4 News. Brian Hale's got your 7-day forecast, which includes temperatures in the 70s. Do you believe it?
They better. And your photo of the day next. Who puts that? Okay. Okay.
Yeah, it was the one in Edinburgh.
I didn't know there was one in Edinburgh.
Me
Is
either.
it the same? It's a chain?
Maybe it's. I mean,